Today I'm opening up 3 of my favorite figures. I don't know why it took me this long to open them. Cronus, Keldor, and an Eternian Palace Guard. Let's go.
It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Open up your presents. Yeah, toys.
These are some Masters of the Universe special packs, and they are ones that I want more than any other. I don't know why I haven't opened them yet. This, I think, is the coolest 2-pack. I mean, it was at Target. It was a Target exclusive in the States. It was a Walmart exclusive in Canada. Nobody wanted this set, though. I did. Do you know what I would love to see in a set like this? I'd love to see a 2-bad split into two bar and Badula. I think that's what they called them in the young cartoon. I think that would be so cool. These 2 figures are also coming from that incarnation. They depicted them in the same way. I love humanoid characters in Masters of the Universe. Evil guys, translucent weapons are really cool. I mean, he's got a really silly face, but this is a set that I wanted for a very long time. I don't know if I have the proper opening utensils. I'll have to make it work. Yeah, it's Christmas time. I'm going to appreciate these 2 sets that I've had for a very long time. I do have, I believe, duplicates of both of these. And I'm happy because I really like how the box looks. I could show you the artwork on this. This is an example. Origins I never liked the name Origins. I never thought it fit what they were doing. Originally, I thought that it was going to be old school Masters of the Universe, 1970s Masters of the Universe, when it was first being developed, and things would be a little more eerie. But that is not what they did. It's just a reincarnation of everything. But they never really called it Origins until this figure, Origins Cronus. I guess Cronus is taken by another copyright property, so they had to call it something else. And they used the term Origins on the packaging, which... You know what I like? I like Masters. I love that their Instagram is just Masters. I think that's awesome. So much better to say, so much cooler, and it encompasses everything. Let's get back to the cool, awesome figures. Cronus. You see this havoc staff that is cast in translucent green, and then they painted the bottom part of the staff. Really cool. Love that. Reminds me of the CGI one. And then we have the Diamond Eyes Skeletor, which is so good. He is taken right from the comics. So that is where I believe the inspiration for that one came. There should be a transparent, a hole in his head. Some toys used to do that, where then the natural light would shine in and make the eyes glow. But the eyes are glowing pretty well, not backlit or anything. Diamonds in his eyes. Very, very cool. That looks great. Okay, love that head. It's a winner already. Another slightly translucent, I wonder how easily this paint comes off. Slightly translucent power sword. The design of this revamped power sword is awesome. Dude, it looks like I've got some paint on the tip of it. It's a good example to see if I could scratch off. It'd be cool if this was melted this way, ombre style. I know that some of the craftier people who are making their own action figures do ombre their plastics sometimes. I would also like to see, speaking of mini comics, I don't remember what the name of the comic is, but it's one of the very first comics. 2 creatures are on the front of it, and sometimes people want them to make these creatures as action figures. They would make a great 2-pack for one of these exclusive store that don't sell very well, but nonetheless. Okay, so he has his trap jaw legs. He's got the weapons rack machine gun, which is cool, and then he has this harness that fastens in the front. I like when they do that. I like when they mix things up. That was what was cool about Stratos, was that his armor originally opened in the front. So that's cool. I love the rubbery plastic of this. He does have a silly face. He does have the hole in his helmet where you can put him on a string and slide him down. That was one of his intentional play features originally. And then I like these pops of color. It's a really nice red matching his shorts, and then these silver gray cuffs are so light and bright, and they match the stripe on his helmet, which is cool. And then there's a little homage to the color his skin changes, I guess. Wait, is he that color green? I don't know. In the origins line, who knows? The spray paint on his chaps are a little poorly done, very poorly done actually. It's such a standout, but I do love this solid loincloth. I know most of you love more paint applications, but I love how he's really color blocky with these pop art here. Look at just the white standout and the red standout. Just a little bit of paint on his legs. See, if they didn't paint this part, I would have been even more happier, and then they wouldn't have made a paint mishap. I love when the different pieces of plastic are molded, and that's what makes the color. So kind of what's done here, mostly what's done here. There is no paint on his harness. He has all kinds of places to put stuff, but he doesn't come with any accessories. Whose harness is this? I don't recognize it. How is this his from Origins? Where he can snap in the different places for his... I don't remember this harness, but perhaps it is his. I'll have to check that out later. Silly face, nonetheless. Really cool blue character. I don't remember the story completely, but maybe they come from the same land. But I also forget. I'm not very good with names. I forget the name of what kind of human, what kind of creature, monster, people, the blue skin people are. I guess if I thought about it long enough, I'd be able to think of it. You can leave that down in the comments below. Keldor, looking so good here. He's got his swoosh of hair. The cape is really nice. The thing that I don't like about the capes, do you know that these figures come apart? If you don't know that they come apart, they're modular, and you can take off all the pieces and stuff, and I love that so much. It's what I always wanted. I don't know if that's intentional or it got bent in the package. I guess that got bent in the package. Anyway, that in fluorescent green kind of ties the two guys together. They both have the blue skin. I don't like the thin strap on this. I find that very not Masters of the Universe. It happened on... what's that guy's name? Ghost of Skeletor? Scareglow. He also had a really meek little rope holding on his cape, and it just doesn't look like it fits. It's more McFarlane kind of classics, which I was never a fan of. I like these Fisher-Price style, bright color, awesome toys. Just the right amount of paint on him too. Loincloth is all in black. Boots are all in purple, and I really like this boot mold. That could totally be used for so many different characters, but because of the point, I guess that makes it an evil boot because it's got a point on it. But maybe it could be used for like the pirate from She-Ra. Will they make him? Will they make more She-Ra Princess of Power figures? What do you think? They're running out. Will they make a Crystal Castle? I would love to get a Crystal Castle. I'm excited to get Snake Mountain. It better be at retail. I did not get Eternia. I'm not in the financial position to do that, unfortunately. Boy, do I want it. Boy, did I want it. I don't have the space for it, and that was my when I can't afford it, I'm going to have to pay $3,000 or something for it, but if I had the space, I would be able to afford $3,000, and I think it's worth $3,000 if you have room for it. That's what he's looking like. Love it. I love all of this. I don't think this head was made to put on him, but let's do it anyway. I think it's just throwing extra. Let's see how he looks with the head. It's such a Alcala, I believe. I don't know the correct pronunciation. It goes back and forth in the community. People say different things. Anyway, cool. Oh, I love him. He looks so good. The weapons look great. He looks great. Boots are really cool. Yeah, you can use these parts to mix and match to make a pretty cool Skeletor too. I thought I was finished this video, but I haven't even opened the Palace Guard. What is going on? This is too good. It's Christmas time. Longer video. I'm not going to edit this. I think I'm doing things pretty entertainingly. Oh, didn't we get one of these? I love these. Oh, and it's folded differently. It doesn't have as many folds in it. I love collecting these. These are like collector cards for me. Really cool. It's really interesting that he doesn't have his armor on. I'm assuming that I didn't get one in this pack, but maybe it's in the other corner. I don't know if I can pull out. No, there's no propaganda in here. I like this red backdrop though. Simple. Okay. Is this gonna come out? I have to do the same thing here. I have to do a little cut. I want to save these boxes, even though I do have other versions. The packaging is just as good. I don't think I showed you the cool comic on this. I love the little stories in the back. So much like the old one. It shows you can mix and match it. I don't know if you can make this Man-at-Arms. Just a blue simple background on that one. Have you seen this artwork? So good. This one I got at Big Bad Toy Store, I believe. Big Bad Toy Store is not a bad place, yet the prices aren't that much higher than if you're getting them from Canada. So if you want to take the stress out of the hunt, I do recommend pre-ordering from Big Bad Toy Store. However, I kind of cheap out and realize that I will get everything eventually. Maybe I really want that 3-pack from Target for Sunman. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get it in Canada. I am not sure. Okay, so look at this. I guess I might have to open up the other one. It's cool that you can put these back into the boxes if you wanted to, though, because they are in boxes that are easily put back together. I just have a flashback to the 80s, the way that the loincloth looked, the way that it's painted here, that little dot of red. I like how they painted things differently to make them look differently. I'm not happy about this armor not staying on very well. I know that this slides off my regular man-at-arms all the time. I love that he's got both shoulder pads, both arm bands, both knee bands, so you can really mix and match and make them differently. And then really cool, I guess you would call this a weapons rack shield and a weapons rack, whatever you call this. Does it come with other hands? That's not fair. He should come with other hands. That doesn't make sense, especially if he comes with two weapons. Oh, well, maybe. Made with more brittly plastic. They used to make this with rubber plastic. Okay, he can hold the shield in his opened hand. That does work well. And then, I mean, that's what we used to do in the 80s anyway. And then this spear, which is more rubbery. I love the plastic marbling that's going on in that. Always like that. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It's just in the lower part of it, but it looks good. He looks like a palace guard. He comes with this mask on. Wait a minute, this is even movable. How is that possible? Oh, look at this. It can't come off, but it's glued to him, but his face is normal. And it does look like his normal face, so it seems like it's exactly the same face. They just glued different helmets on. I think the hair in the back looks silly. They should have just made him bald, in my opinion, especially because it's black. It just looks like a furry helmet, and I think that's what I would describe it as. That, I think I heard a crack, and also that head's not going on so well, and it's loose. Very loose, but maybe I just did that by it being so tight. Armor's cool, green body's cool, all of the extra armor that you can mix and match, and I guess this is your regular palace guard, but they also made him so you could make a man-at-arms without a mustache, and that's why they gave you these parts too. I don't know how hard man-at-arms was to get. He was one of the easier ones to get in Canada. Tila and Beastman were very difficult to find in Canada. But you can put on his traditional man-at-arms armor and see if, and you can see what he looks like as regular man-at-arms. I do want to compare this. I wonder if they changed the colors or anything for this version of him, or does he match perfectly? I guess I could do an overview video one day and see. But that is cool. You can have a young man-at-arms with more armor. As he gets older, he becomes a better fighter, and he doesn't need as much armor, I guess, so he just has it on one side. I think that's how the story must go. Love his coloring. Like I said, it really reminds me of the retro figures. That weird little red dot sets him aside. The colors are different. They're not as 70s inspired as the original was, and I kind of like that. That's my favorite part of the new Masters of the Universe Origins line. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time.
It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Open up your presents. Yeah, toys.
I guess my thoughts are not always the most popular opinions on these figures, but so be it. He looks so cool. What a cool figure that is. Love the eyes. I love the boots. It's Skeletor, but he's just a little different. No, like, fins on his arms and stuff. It's a really cool Skeletor to get. I guess I'm kind of excited about getting the new Skeletor, whatever they're calling him. That's kind of a cool concept. I mean, it's like a faker Skeletor. Is that what the opposite is? He's the opposite of faker. Yeah, I don't mind that. I love Sunman. I love getting new characters, so that's why this excites me. I love that there are new characters. Some people just want the old characters. I want new characters, and I think that they won't leave us in the dark. I think that they will give us, if they're making all these other crazy characters, that they will give us more characters. Is this line going to be bigger than even classics? I hope so. Imagine if this just keeps going on and we get weirder and weirder characters from backstories and people are still buying them. And I think this is also changing the rules to toys. Mattel, Toy Guru talks about this all the time, how adults don't buy toys, kids buy toys. Kids aren't buying these toys. Adults, there's a switch. There's not this 20-80 rule. The 80 rule is adults are buying these. 20% of kids are buying them, and it seems to be working, and that is the coolest part. Even though sometimes it's hard to see clearance stuff, but I think I'd rather see clearance stuff than not see availability. And availability in Canada is really bad. But like I said, I always do end up getting the stuff I want eventually. You guys can help me, hopefully. Anybody wants to volunteer and help me get some stuff that I can't get, I do welcome your help. Like, comment. Oh, I said that already. We'll see you next Tuesday with more Masters of the Universe.